YouTube friends, Sandra from Foryourchi.com here to do your weekly tarot and oracle card reading for June 19th through the 26th. Thank you so much for being here with me. I originally thought to myself, when I am going to do this weekly reading, I have a story for you all, because as you know, I experience these things and then I explain them all to everyone I know as part of a teaching phase. But now I have two stories about the same topic. I thought, you know what, I better sit down and do this video before there are more. Cancel. But, so, I had sort of a close call on the road, and you know, I always do my protection the way that I teach it according to the video. For those of you that have the video, if you don't have the video, I'm gonna give out instructions of how to get my protection video of exactly how this protection works. It really is a miracle, and it continues to astound me each day that I live. Because if it's not my own experience, I'm hearing from you all with emails and text messages and DMs about how this protection video, you have utilized the techniques that I've given you, and it's worked for you too. And it's amazing. So, my daughter she has her learner's permit, and she's practicing. And this has been going on for quite some time, but now she's getting to the point where she needs to get a certain amount of hours by a certain date, and so we've been working on that. So one day this week, I tell her to take the interstate. She's only been on the interstate a handful of times. She says, okay, we start to get on the interstate, and we're in the right lane. She's already merged. She's in her lane. And all of a sudden, in the left lane, this 18-wheeler starts coming over and fading into her and our lane. Now, I'm watching all of this as it's happening, but I'm in disbelief. Excuse me. One second. As it's happening very quickly, I might add, I'm in disbelief the entire time that this 18-wheeler is actually moving into our lane. And we have a dash cam, and I'm going to post the video to the YouTube page in the next week or two. I'm just waiting for my husband to shorten it so we can put it on there. And he has some concerns about, well, the company's going to be upset, but I'm not doing it to trash the company. I'm doing it as a valid, genuine teaching experience of what can happen to you if you don't take steps to prevent things from happening every single day. I place this protection on our vehicles every single day, twice a day. So anyway, as the truck is coming into our lane, I don't believe he had a blinker on, but the video will correct me if I'm wrong about that. I'm literally in shock, and I have no words, which is bad, right, for someone that's trying to teach a younger driver. She automatically, it was a reflex reaction, and I was hearing Abraham's words speaking to me, saying, for everyone who knows Abraham, a guidance system. Right? An internal guidance system. Her internal guidance system slammed on the brake as hard as she could. And the vehicle slowed down enough to give this guy room with his 18-wheeler to get in front of us. And after that happened, I explained to her she did a fabulous job. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. I apologized because apparently I did not instruct her as I should have done. But apparently when you're in shock, there isn't much you can do. But she did exactly what she should have done. So, there's that story. And like I said, I'm going to be posting the video. I haven't decided if I'm going to post it by itself, or if I'm going to splice it in with another one of my videos. I might do both, because I feel like more people would watch it if I do both. But that's a real life example. Now that could have been very bad had she not done the right thing, as you all understand. But last night I have another story. So my daughter and my husband, because again, we're trying to give her as much time on the road, teaching time as possible, decided to go for a drive last night. I'm getting my phone out because I need to show you some pictures if you're going to be able to see them on this with video. With this camera setup outside, I'm not exactly sure, but if you can't see it, I'm going to post these pictures separately. I think you could find them on the community page on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. The place where you go to see pictures, not videos on YouTube, whatever that is, if that's the community page or whatever. I'm not quite sure anymore, because they change things on YouTube all the time, right? So my sister and I were playing a game in the kitchen, and I just briefly looked at my phone, and I saw my cousin. I think I can talk about her safely because she doesn't watch my videos. Geminis know everything. They don't want any advice, by the way, so don't try to give them any. That's a joke, but rather serious. So I look at I look at Facebook, and my cousin posts this picture of her very damaged car that she hit a deer yesterday during the day. She's out vacationing in the countryside. There's lots of wildlife, and my phone keeps going black here. 1 second. So can you see this? That's her car. Let me see if I can zoom in. That's her car. It's an older car. She said herself that she took the plate off because she thinks that it's going to be totaled. And quite frankly, I mean, that does look totaled to me. I'm sure there's incredible engine damage to this, right? No protection. Okay? Cousin had no protection. Doesn't believe in anything I say, I don't think. Which is fine, to each their own. Now, I showed this picture to my sister. I put the phone down. We go to continue the game we're playing. We're playing Sequence, by the way. And the phone rings. And it's my daughter. And I thought, oh, geez. She's not supposed to be calling me right now. She's supposed to be driving. And not talking on the phone while she's driving either. So she calls me crying. She's upset. She and Dad were driving on the road, and a deer ran into the rear of her car. They heard whack, and they pulled over. And I'm going to show you this picture. I've got a couple different pictures. Now, the white or gray marks that you see, if you can see that, are actually, it looks like it's dirty. It's dirty from this incident. So I don't know if it was mud from the deer. You know, I guess it could have been blood from the deer, but if it's blood, it looks like mud. So once she washes that off, I'm going to take more pictures, but it's still fresh, and it had deer hair on it too, by the way, so it was definitely a deer. But when you look very closely at the car itself, again, I'm going to post all these pictures separately on YouTube, there's just a slight dent in this picture here when you look at it from a different angle. So in other words, if you're standing at the back of the car on that side, looking towards the front of the car or the hood, you can see a little wavy dent in there where the deer smacked it with its shoulder. But of course, you know, It's big enough to destroy a car, let alone a tiny dent. So this is what I'm trying to tell everybody. The difference between my protection and no protection. Yes, my cousin walked away safely. Yes, I'm very grateful for that, and so is she. But on the same token, you can avoid all kinds of problems if you just take a few moments of your time to do the prevention and you know what you're doing. Excuse me. There's a bee flying around the camera, so sorry about that. All right. So let's get into your reading. And by the way, if anyone wants to purchase that video, it is $50. I'm going to put my email address in the description box below. Send me an email and tell me protection video. I'll give you the link of where to send the 50, and then send me an email saying you want it and what email address you want me to share it to, and I will send that to you. But let's look at Monday, Tuesday, shall we? Fertility. This is the Empress card in traditional tarot. This says that you are abundant. Some of you may be even fertile. You may conceive a child. You may be pregnant or find out you're pregnant, or that someone close to you is having a child. This card also means, which I love, the fact that you are planting some serious seeds Monday and Tuesday. I know we talked about that last week, or perhaps it was the week before. I think it was last week, though. And the seeds that you are planting are more, the universe is more fertile than usual in receiving that which you're putting out. So this be very careful of what you say. People are very sarcastic these days, and I keep warning people, do not say anything that you don't want to happen. The universe does not hear the words no, not, or never. So don't say, I never do blank, because that is the next thing that's going to happen to you Monday and Tuesday. Presumably in the future also, but particularly Monday and Tuesday. I would get out of that habit right now if that were me. Worthiness. There is a worthiness issue in your life. Why is it that you feel like you are not worthy of reaping the harvest that you want to, or that you are currently sowing? It doesn't make much sense to do all of that work, hard sweat, blood, tears, fertilization, watering, and weeding, in order to not receive it because you feel like you're not worthy of being the recipient of such things. Does that make sense? So there has to be a reckoning. Now, some people are going to say, well, they had a hard childhood, or they were abused in their childhood, or they had abusive relationships. Okay, I totally understand that. What can you do today to prevent that from happening to you again? You have to use that information as a lesson. It has to be turned into a lesson in order for you to move forward and receive everything that you've asked for and everything that you've earned, and quite frankly, let's face it, everything that you deserve. If it's someone that is speaking negatively towards you or about you every day, then it is time to cut the ties. Wednesday, Thursday, discontent and boredom. You are tired of the way things are going and you are ready for a change. You are ready to walk away, but you haven't decided to walk away yet. You're just thinking about it. Pay attention, okay? I love this card from the Mermaid's deck. This card says, notice repetitious signs about your inner guidance, as this can yield very valuable information. So, I mean, the information that you might be getting for some of you is walk away. It's time to leave. So, therefore, it's time to make a plan to leave. Okay? That's not going to be for all of you. That's just for some of you. Some of you may be getting complete different random information, but yet it's repetitive. So pay attention to what is repetitive. I mean, for all I know, it could be go out and buy a lottery ticket. Could be anything. For Friday, Saturday, Sunday, choose wisely. You could have multiple opportunities of people to hang out with, social events. It is not time to say yes to every invitation. It is time to be very, very selective with your time and your energy. It's time to start realizing it is what it is, which is precious. Let's call it that, precious, because that's the truth. It's not time to hang out with in fact, if you start hanging out with everyone this weekend, as many people as possible, it's going to be a bad time. Because people are very dramatic right now and they do not have your best interest in mind. Make a wish. I love this card. Okay, so this is take out 5 seconds right now to close your eyes and make a wish. And say the wish as if you already have it. So thanking the universe, the higher power, source, God, whatever you believe in. Abraham, I don't care what it is. I don't like to put labels on it. You put your own label on it. I don't care what the label is. This is a magical moment, this card says. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. For real. This is amazing. So, and this card may be speaking to, you know what? Maybe it's time to say no to every invitation and give yourself some time out for this. Several hours or even an entire day. That would be amazing. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I am starting the July videos. I can't believe it's July already. For the 12 zodiac forecasts. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what the cards are going to say for all of you. Many blessings. Thanks again.